Jimmy K here, Metal Voice. Look at this. The Metal Voice shirts are now on sale. Just go to the video description to find out on how you can purchase one. Metal! All right, last year we were at Usonia with Kelly Rhoads. This year I thought we'd go meet up with Kathy Rhoads and Richard, her husband, Richard D'Argenzio. We'll go to the D'Argenzio Winery. It's a wine tasting restaurant. You can taste the wine, maybe grab a pizza, another bite to eat, other foods, right?
Small bites, yes.
Small bites. So I'm going to go to Richard. Richard, just tell me quickly about your the winery and your family business.
Hi, folks. The main winery is up in Santa Rosa, Northern California. It's part of Sonoma County, and I have a twin brother up there, identical twin brother Raymond, who's the main winemaker up there, and him and his family, his daughter and his son-in-law, they all help make the wines for our winery, and all the selection that we have here, we have in Santa Rosa, and he's responsible for making the Randy Rhoads wines also.
All right, so Kathy
Yes.
and Richard, you want to give me a little tour around here?
Sure.
Okay, so you can sit down, you can taste the wine, right?
You can have food.
You can have food.
Then we have music in the back, usually on the weekends, and I'll take you back there and I'll show you our main room.
Let us go.
Let's go. Yeah.
This is our
All right.
front tasting room here.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Hello, Connor. We've got a few pictures of
And
the
everything
Randy
in here wood, just to let you know, Richard, with their woodworkers, my son carved the door when he was 19 years old. He's
Okay.
now 35, so it's all in the family, it's all in the blood and the genes. Every table that's in here, they made, so every molding.
beautiful, it's
beam.
beautiful.
Anyway, so
Let's
it's got
go
lot
for a
of-
walk around. All right, here we go. All
So I'll
right.
take you,
Take us around.
Here's the chicken coop you said that was on this property, the first, before, where we're standing, this is the
There
beginning.
used to be a little country house where this building is, and that's where we all grew up. And the
Oh,
chicken coop in
okay.
the back, that was the first cabinet shop my dad started in the 40s, and that's the building he used to build the cabinetry that's in Musonia's school.
Beautiful.
That little chicken coop there. All those custom cabinets.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So here's where,
All right,
the main,
and this is where the bands, you have bands playing and the celebrations and the tributes, right?
Right.
It's like a shrine.
this is like, and then when we do our Randy Rhoads birthday, everything on the walls is all Randy, and we take out memorabilia. Sadly this year, we had to cancel due to our robbery at Musonia. We didn't feel it was a good time to be partying, celebrating.
Understood.
And we didn't want to take any more memorabilia out for security reasons.
Yeah, and I'll ask you about that later.
Yeah,
An
sure.
update on what happened with the missing or not found yet
Yes,
guitars and other items that were missing.
sure.
So, all right, so this is where, again, every year you have a tribute to your brother, and I guess this is when the restaurant's full, you just have an overflow? Or?
No, this is where when you have music, when there's a lot of customers, they have to overflow, obviously.
Yeah.
But, that's not a huge room out there, so, but when we have musicians, they play up here, and they all sit here, and they watch the show, and it's okay.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Cozy little place,
Yeah.
cozy little
Yeah,
place.
it's
Highly
cozy,
recommended here.
Intimate, and it can get, crazy.
All right, so let's go to the pictures, let's go to the wines.
Okay, yeah, whatever you want.
Let's take a look around,
And
all
then the
right.
cabinet shop is right behind there,
Very, very cool.
so
Very cool.
still an
Very cool.
existing cabinet shop.
All right. Very nice. Wow, okay, so, to the other room.
Okay, back.
To the other room.
Yeah, some pictures of Randy here.
All right, so these are the wines.
So here are our wines.
Here, Ted, let's get another shot.
We've done a new Randy Rhoads release this year, which we were,
There we go. All right, so as he's filming there, tell us about the new Randy Rhoads release.
so I'm very excited for the first time we are doing a white Randy Rhoads release. Sauvignon Blanc is my favorite wine variety. So I wanted to have a Sauvignon Blanc, which is this one right here. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And then he did a new Cabernet Sauvignon, and the reason we usually do cabs is because they will keep well and you can store it. So if you want to save it and have it later, many years later, it should hold its,
So all the D'Argenzios, not only the Randy Rhoads, but all the D'Argenzios, you can't get them at the stores.
No,
You have to just buy them here, is that
Well,
right?
or online, like.
Or online,
From the main
I got
winery,
it.
or if you're down in
All
this
right.
area, you can get them here.
And here's some pictures, right?
Yeah, pictures.
There's Ozzy, of course.
Ozzy's been here, that's him here.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
Oh, he comes here.
He has come here. It's been a little while since my mom passed.
Okay.
He used to come, and this is where we would meet him, and Sharon all the time,
Wow, that's cool.
when he would come.
All right, that's good. That's cool. Cool.
So,
All right, very nice. All right, and what else we got? And of course the Randy pictures, that's obvious.
yeah, we don't.
In memory of Randy.
Yeah, it's an homage, it's a blend of both of our families here.
All right, we talked about the winery, the wine tasting restaurant, but now give us an update on what happened. So just for everybody who don't remember, Musonia got robbed.
On Thanksgiving evening, wee in the hours of the night, Musonia was broken into, very sadly, very brutal robbery, very aggressive, and went through pretty much the whole property and did some major damage. For those of you who have been there, to Musonia and the Grand Salon, the cabinetry that was there for the display cases, which my husband's father built in 1949.
Before you were born?
Before we were born, which is coincidence, nonetheless, they literally destroyed those. And they took every pictures off the walls, everything. They just went through the whole place. My personal opinion was they were looking for Randy's guitars.
Okay.
We always tell people, we don't keep his guitars at our homes and at our business. They're in an undisclosed place. We never tell anybody. They're protected. They're secured. So just for the record, everybody, don't try that again, please.
Yeah, very, very sad. And the story continues, recovered in a dumpster.
So the news caught hold of the story. They came here to this very room, did a whole news report on it. The very next day, Ozzy Osbourne put a $25,000 reward for the conviction of the criminals and the return of all the items. And that just made it go crazy.
Oh yeah, then it went viral.
It went viral. And that was
viral.
amazing what they did. I mean, I can't tell you how heartfelt that was to us. And then the next morning, we get a call, and they're calling my son to verify that the items that were found are really ours.
Yeah.
And sure enough, my son went out there, and the police were there, the news was there. Yes, some of the items were recovered. We think whoever stole the items, panicked and thought we're just going to get rid of like the trivial stuff so that there's not a trail, and they kept the main pieces. So the main, more valuable items are still out there. They're not recovered yet. Randy's first electrical guitar, Harmony, Rocket, probably early 1960s, vintage. The first release of when they did the Randy Rhoads Marshall stack, white stack, Marshall Company gave my mom #1, the head that was stolen. There's her French basin, French horn that is still missing, and just a lot of stuff that's still missing.
And you know what? When I was talking to one of the two that recovered the items, there was a man and a woman, right? When I spoke to the man, I forgot his name right now, he told me he saw a woman drive away in a truck.
Well, I know that story because the police told us that story. So what happened, there's people that want to do recyclables, so they go down to, like the dumpsters, and she was just randomly going down, and she saw 2 bass guitars and took them and
Did the police catch up to her based on the description of the 2 witnesses or the 2 people?
Not that I know of. I can't comment on that.
Well, I don't know.
It's an ongoing investigation, so I really can't say too much about that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she just saw them and thought, oh wow, this is something must be valuable, and she just picked them up and put them in her truck and drove off.
All right. So is Musonia now open for business?
Yes.
Okay.
No tours as of yet. I mean, you have to understand that we're a little guarded, cautious. We need to get more security up there. There was security, but we think that they definitely cased what was there, and probably.
And once again, all of Randy's valuables are not there.
Not there.
And just to be clear to everybody, they're not there. Don't go breaking into Musonia.
No.
They're not there.
Right. So,
Okay. All right.
yes, definitely important.
Very important. All right. So what can you tell us now that's new from the police that you haven't told us before?
I can't tell you anything yet. It's still ongoing.
Okay.
We're still hoping. I get a lot of encouragement that the crime will be solved. But I do want to say that the family so appreciates the support and love from all the fans, all the people. It's
Yes.
been amazing.
Yeah.
And I can't stress enough how much that has meant to us. Everybody's rooting for us. Everybody's like, how could anybody do this to Randy? Our family has been so open and so honest and so giving when it comes to Randy. We're open books. We will invite you anywhere, Musonia here. We'll talk to you. We'll sit down with you. We'll spend time with you. So it's very sad. It's kind of like, wow, it kind of makes us feel more guarded now a little
My wife
bit.
and I went to Musonia. We were welcomed by your brother.
Yeah.
You know, he gives us a tour from his heart. It comes from his heart
Yes.
in celebration of your brother, right?
does an amazing
Of his memory.
tour.
He does an amazing tour. So
does.
everybody, go to Musonia, get a tour
Yeah,
from
but
Kelly.
I don't know if you can do it right
But
now.
when he's ready, when he's
When
ready.
he's ready.
And even come to the winery, because Kathy's always here with open arms, and so is Richard.
Yeah, and
you know?
we were gonna do a museum of some of Randy's artifacts,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like, no, we're not doing it anymore. No.
Okay.
So this is, sadly, this is kind of what happens.
What about like a traveling tour of Randy's? No,
You
it's
know
too
what?
difficult.
It's so, that's what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We've had Randy's guitars there twice now.
Yeah.
And we've pulled them home twice because they were going to take them on the road, and we had no
Yeah,
control over where they were, who was touching them, who was handling them. We're like, no, they're secret to us
Yeah, yeah. All
right now.
There you have it. Kathy Rhoads and of course Richard D'Argenzio at his winery. Come on down to Burbank.
Absolutely.
Have some wine.
Totally, totally. We'd love to meet you. I do. The fans mean everything to our family. They do.
They do,
So
they do.
they still do.
In memory of your mom and your brother.
Yeah. My mom loved those fans.
All right. There you have it. All right.